Welcome back, guys. This is Doug with Basement Level Magic, and we are back for the finals of an 8-4. And finally, I think we've maybe... Is this the first hand I'm going to mulligan? Opponent wants to split. Yeah, unfortunately not. Because I'm making a video, and I want to use the video. So I will just say no. I'm going to go ahead and mulligan, though. We'll keep this one. We'll put that on the bottom. Unfortunately, it's a good card. Oh, we do it anyway. Now I'm going to lose because I decided not to split. Oh my god, our opponent held a one-lander? And I have no way to make use of it. Can't play a chain mage either. I should have looked at my hand and then decided, I guess. It wasn't mulligan. Well, there's something I can at least play. I suppose I could have asked him if he wanted to split and still play. But I think that defeats the purpose. Most people want to get out early. That's the idea, I think. Plus, 6 is better than 4, I suppose. But not as good as 8. So we definitely want to get something on board here. I think I'm going to play the Envoy and leave up the Searing Light. Because I think he still probably attacks into it. I'm surprised there's not more of these. So the cohort ability is awesome, and you have to tap an ally, but there's only one ally where you get a benefit from the card that you're tapping as well. We'll see if he's gonna save it. Nope. So probably just playing the Chain Mage next turn. Unless he plays something really threatening right now. I don't think that qualifies. Yeah, I think we're okay with that. Wouldn't mind of being able to attack so I can get the life, but I think we're alright. And I'll block that Sky Spawner all day. That's fine. I wonder if our opponent started another draft up when he asked me if I'd split. If I'm not playing on video, then yeah. I mean, it just saves me time, and I already got to the finals. I already won 4 packs, but it's fun, I mean, I don't get to play very often, and I might as well play it out. Plus, I want to finish the video for you guys, so you can see, how this deck actually performed in the end. Opponent has 5 mana available. So what do we want to take off the board here? Anything? Swamp's a very good draw. So I can play the Core Sidemaster, and then I can leave up the Immolating Glare. But what do I kill? Probably just the 3/3 flyer. I can play the Isolation Zone and not leave up anything, but none of his creatures really seem that threatening. I'm going to play the biggest thing I got. And we'll just wait on the Immolating Glare. I mean, it probably only gets better later in the game as his creatures get better. And we get to start gaining a little bit of life. We get to start tapping our opponent's stuff. Or, I'm sorry, tapping our creatures to gain some life and our opponent. 2 damage per turn. Let's see how he attacks. No attacks. Alright. Alright, that's a pretty good card there. And I'm tempted to do it first. Just to draw the card. I definitely want one here. I think I want one here. Alright, so we did hit the land, which is perfect. Now we can play out... We can either play out the Sidemaster, or we can leave up the Immolating Glare. I feel like here I want to... Do I want to attack? I don't think I do. I have some inevitability. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just do that. Gives me one more blocker. Gives me a good attacker. But more importantly, it gives me something to tap to the Chain Mage to gain flying on my opponent's begin combat step, which changes his combat math quite a bit, making his flyers a lot worse. So 5 mana, including a colorless. He does have one more available. Press into service. I suppose I could have tapped in response, but I don't think I want to. I think that... Do I want to kill the... I think I'm good with making a trade. And our opponent's tapped out, so he's not really even gaining that much. He's getting 8 damage in. But we get in 2, and he loses a creature. We lose a creature as well. Well, Bloodbound Vampire is an awfully good draw. This actually an ally. It is an ally. Okay. So he takes 7. We kill his biggest thing when he attacks. I assume he'll attack. And we need a way to deal with that 4/4 anyway. And we can actually Immolating Glare, and then looks like we can still have the mana for Isolation Zone next turn, and then we can probably even play something else if we draw it. Opponent's in a bit of a bind. He's gonna have to start giving up creatures here real soon. And the fact that I can just attack with the Vampire Envoy and I don't actually have to use the Chain Mage is pretty awesome. I think he's trying to decide if he can attack here. And as far as knowing what's in my hand, I would say he shouldn't, but he may have some big bomb we don't know about. Collective Currents on... okay. So that was going to get huge, so I guess that's okay. So do we want to destroy the 3/5 or the 4/4? Or do we just want to take 3? If he's attacking like this, I'm fine with taking 3. But I will definitely kill the 4/4 if he attacks with it. Alright, so sadly we cannot... So what are we looking at? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. I think... yeah, we'll just Isolation Zone and win. Alright. So we'll start our sideboarding. And again, the Rising Miasma actually looked okay against him. Visions looked okay. Focus looks okay. I think our deck can handle his though. Bone Splinters, we just never seem to really have a time when I'm like, oh yeah, I want to sack a creature. I mean, I'm sure I could block with it and then sack it or whatever, but it's a sorcery, so it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem optimal in this deck. Would I rather play Visions or Rising Miasma? Or Focus? Dutiful Return even has its place. Since it's only game 2, think I'm going to put in the miasma. It just seems like the most powerful option. It hit a good amount of his stuff. This seems like a good, very good hand. We'll keep this. Two drop, three drop, four drop, four drop. Oh, perfect. I mean, if we get, like, it's like our last match. If we get a couple hits in with this Core Castigator, I just don't see him catching up. I suppose I'll offer the trade against that. The Side Master is just a straight upgrade since it has the first strike. And if I'm going to have one or the other, that's the one I want. And it attacks into a Cultivator Drone very well. Now we need some land, though. Change is alright. Still have things we can play, or a thing we can play. Yeah, Clutch Occurrence, sure. He's awakening, but it's not the best awaken ever. And he's trading 2 for 3. Land. Alright, good. So I think probably we just attack and then Chain Mage. Or we could just, yeah, let's Spawnbinder. It's just a better blocker. It's possible I should have just played the Side Master because they attack in so well to what he currently has. Well, Aggregate's a good draw. So is that, but unfortunately I can't play it. So I think here we just Chain Mage. And sadly, I think that's all we can do. We can tap down his Vile Aggregate. Hopefully we drop Plains soon, because that thing will get out of hand. So 2 mana away from cracking the Blighted Fen if we want. But if he just clogs up the board, it's not going to be very good for us. Although he currently only has one source of colorless mana, so if that becomes relevant. Alright, so he's gonna try and get in for a bunch of damage, and it's gonna work. I think I'm okay with this trade, since I get mine back, and if I draw Plains I can Isolation Zone his oh, that's a bummer. Alright, so we drew the Plains. So we can just Isolation Zone his land. Shrinks his vile aggregate. And he's down to 1 creature, so if he doesn't play another one this turn, and we do draw a land, we can make him sacrifice his vile aggregate. Hit a swamp, so that's a bummer because it was a land. I think it's time to get the board just as muddy as possible. I think this is his win condition, so I play the 4/5, but I'm currently at 8. I think we really need the Ondu War Cleric on board. This may be risky. But next turn we can start gaining life. Very close game. I don't know if we should be racing right now. I mean, we take 5, but he takes lethal, so he can't really attack. I'd love to have that Spawnbinder Mage right now. It's pretty ballsy. I think he's run out of time, though. Yeah. He has to sack the flyer, otherwise he takes lethal. That's pretty good for us. Yeah, he blocks our biggest thing. He takes 5. Nah, we got this Zulaport Chain Mage. We don't need to. And we can gain life anytime we need to. So do I want to gain life or kill my opponent? I guess I want to kill my opponent. I think we can just attack here. All right, guys, that's the match. We took down the 8-4. This has been Doug with Basement Level Magic. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with a new draft in just a few days.